Yo, what up everybody? It's yours truly, Mr. Lang, Team Wash Life. How's everybody doing? So, once I get going on the videos, I'm on a roll. So, I wanted to talk about I'm just really excited, man. I'm really excited because we're really busy and everything's working out, but I'm taking time, I'm implicating systems, and the growth we're having, I know we can sustain because of these systems. All we need to do is get someone trained and everything is gonna follow suit. Everything is laid out the way I want it done, and it can be done repeatedly the exact way that I want it done. What's really cool about this is I want to share this stuff with you. It's almost done, it's almost put together. I'm just trying to figure out how much to charge for this and how to share the actual document. Anyway, that's not the reason for the video. I wanted to talk about doing the actual estimates. So for us, what we do is when someone calls, they get our answering service. There's a system in place that they follow. They ask a few key point questions, and off of those questions, they're able to determine how much it costs for the service they're asking about. Now, there's a few people that disagree with this. They say, you know, it's best to do your estimates in person. You can check out the entire scope of work. You can raise your average ticket, yada, yada, yada. Actually, my good friend, Mr. Rob Anderson, me and him, I disagree with him on this. It's not that I disagree with him, it's just I see it as a different opportunity. I look at it different. No disrespect, Rob. I love you, Mr. Rob Anderson. Anyway, the way I look at this is, for example, somebody might call for gutter cleaning, right? We get them on the phone, we're able to get them a price right away, and a lot of the time we're scheduling these jobs before we even hang up off their initial phone call. They're getting a price, they're scheduling it, they're locked in, boom. No more searching, no more getting other estimates, no more waiting for someone to come out. And it's all right with me because once we get there to the job, we already know that we're getting paid for the service, so we're not wasting a trip out there to do the estimate. We're getting paid for this service, and then after the service, they receive this service point checklist. You can purchase these exact service point checklists at washlife.25gfx.com. Now you open it up and it shows a list of services we do. Windows, siding, roof, retaining walls, gutters, driveway. Now, if I could do this over, I'd probably swap out retaining walls for decks, but it's not even a problem because there's this big notes thing. So when I come across a deck or a fence or something, I just jot that down, deck, fence, and I jot that down. Now, upon closing the job, once I go in there and I close out the job and I tell them, hey, we're all done. I noticed some areas we could help you out with. Here's a service point checklist. People really think this is cool. I've had people say, wow, what a great idea. Hold on.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
They say, wow, what a great idea. That's really cool. Thank you so much. You know, we'll definitely be using you again. Boom. Sometimes they want to schedule for another service. Boom. I'm trying to retain a client, even though the ticket could have been higher, I guess. They're going to use us again because we're going to blow their minds on the first go around. So we've acquired a client, and even though that first initial job might not have been as high as it could have been, they're either going to call us back, they're going to schedule, you know, a few months down the road for more services. They have the service point checklist. We've 100% secured a client. We've gathered their information. These are really cool, and they receive it, and you know, this is just for them to get an idea, but you know, we jot the prices down, and I end up entering it into the customer factor. I email the actual formal estimate. So I say, hey, here's just an idea of some service areas you could benefit from. I'm gonna email you a more formal estimate, you know, like right now, and this is just for you to keep. else did I want to say? The oh, that's right. I hate when that happens. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I'm sorry to keep you straight face. All right. Man, I could have kept going with that.
I'm just gonna cut the video.
No. Seriously, they. What was I gonna say? So, pricing. How I'm pricing this stuff. That's another thing. Working on so I can share it with everybody. It's just a really simple formula for getting estimates. I mean, you're not spending a bunch of time calculating. It's just my biggest pet peeve when people are like, what do you charge per square foot for house washing or concrete or blah, blah, blah. I mean, I guess you could get an idea and it could be kind of like a rough guide, but it's like, come on, like you don't have to get that technical with it. You just look at a house, if it's, between 1,500 and 2,000 square foot, it's gonna take pretty much the same amount of time. A 2-story house, maybe charge a little more for 2-story homes. But there's, basically I have it set up where a home, the size home is in a bracket and, the price is in that bracket and you kind of just create a number. It just goes off time. Everyone's gonna be a little different, depending on your area and stuff or what equipment you're using. For example, a 4-gallon-a-minute machine, you might only be able to produce $100 an hour. An 8-gallon-a-minute machine, you can zip through some stuff. You could probably do $200 an hour, doing the actual work. So that's it, guys. Just make sure you check out these service point checklists. They're really cool. The way you get it is just like, you can get it. You get it just like this. So you can swap out all of these service areas. We of course change your company name, but it'll be just like this. Change the service areas to whatever fits you. And that's about that. Washlife.25gfx.com. Yours truly, Mr. Glad.